In this big tip-off interview, we talked to former SA Under-18 player and captain, a former St. Charles pupil, a Puma athlete, and currently University of Pretoria basketball player and student, Taite Hendricks. Tate, welcome to the big tip-off. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. First question to you. Why the city of Pretoria? Why the University of Pretoria and its basketball program?
I mean, when I wanted to stay in South Africa, I wanted to play at the highest level of South African basketball. And, I mean, Tuks has been up there. They've always been up there, especially seeing last year's USA results. Extremely promising, with still injuries as well. People were out, people were playing through injuries, and they still did that well. It was really a no-brainer of where I could come. And Pretoria, Gauteng, the opportunities are endless up here compared to other places like Cape Town.
All right. And before you decided that you are, taking your talents to Pretoria, were there any other options, or was coming to Gauteng your first option?
If I was to come to Gauteng, it was between here and Wits, but Stellenbosch is also in the mix. Yeah.
All right. And now that you're here in Pretoria, how are you finding the basketball program? How have you adapted to the city?
I'm really enjoying the basketball, yeah. I mean, practices have been intense so far. The seniors are taking it at us. They're not letting us get anything easy. We're coming in here and we earning our spot, we're earning our minutes, which I like. I like that type of basketball where we have to fight for it. And Pretoria is really nice. It's a really nice city. It's not as busy as Joburg. It kind of gives me Stellenbosch vibes a little bit, yeah.
All right. And how have you found the first year life books and also having to balance basketball?
It's been an adjustment, definitely been an adjustment. I mean, university is a lot. It's very busy. We're always doing stuff. So being able to balance that is a skill that I'm learning. I'm adapting more to it. But it's been all right so far. I'm handling it right.
All right. And how have you, recently there were trials for the first team, second team, and the third team. How have you found that process of trialing and, competing for a place in one of the teams?
It's good. I haven't been to a proper trials in a while. And coach didn't let us, just because of what we've done in the past, that he didn't let that determine who's in the team now. He made us go there and earn our spot in the first team, which was fun. We went out there and we fought for it.
All right. And what has been the end result of the trial? Have the teams been decided, and which team are you in?
Yeah. So we have the three teams have been decided. We have a 1A and a 1B, where both teams are very similar. There's a lot of people that we can interchange between each teams. But so on paper, the 1A is first team, 1B is second team. Right now, I'm first. So.
All right. And how much of a relief is that for you? Or were you already having the mindset that it's 1A and nothing else?
I mean, I definitely came in with the mindset of I'm going there to make first team. I didn't come here to play second team. No, I came here to make sure that I was in the first team. But just because I'm here doesn't mean this is my spot for the rest of the year. No, I still have to earn my spot every practice to prove to coach that I belong here, that I should stay here.
All right. And as a rookie, how have you experienced that process, the rookie process, and also integrating with the seniors here?
I mean, the seniors, again, they haven't made it easy for us in practices. They've been physical. They've been giving us a little extra hits here and there. So we've had to keep our temperament a bit, because obviously I'm not really used to that. The last time I had to deal with that was 2020 grade 8. It just seems like forever ago. So it's definitely been different now, coming into a team where you are the rookies. You have to prove yourself. You have to take those extra bumps, those extra hits, and just move on with it, and still prove to coach why you should be in the team, why you deserve minutes.
All right. And Coach Tanda Kweyama, how have you experienced him?
He's very good. He's very analytical. So he analyzes the game very well. He can see the space. He can see where people should be, what cut should happen. Same thing on the defensive side. He sees where the space is, what space the other team is exploiting, and how we should adjust. It's very good. It's very interesting to be part of his team and to be coached by him.
All right. And what can we expect from this Tux team this year? We see that there are many talented players that have joined the program. So, what can we expect this season come USA?
Wins. Wins. You can expect us to win. That's all that we're coming here for. We're not coming for second, third place. No, we're going there to win. Every game we play, we're going there to win. I mean, this is a really exciting team. 1 through almost 8 is playing above the rim. Everyone is punching it. It's going to be a really, really exciting team.
All right. And this university, this sports hall behind us here, is the setting where you were captain of the South African under-18 team at the AfroBasket, where it was held. And, what was that moment like for you, that AfroBasket experience?
It was really good. I mean, it didn't start off great. The way that the teams kind of got announced and the organization of it, the hotels and stuff, that was kind of messed up from the beginning. But once you actually got into it, it was really exciting. I mean, this is the first time most of us had played international basketball. We were playing against teams from all over Africa. So that was a great experience to actually see where we were compared to the rest of the continent.
All right. And, when your name got called up, where were you? What were you doing that time?
When I got told, I think I was in class. I think I was actually in class when I got told this. So I had to, have my celebrations pretty quietly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was really cool. I mean, the first thing I did was I told my parents.
Yeah.
Sent my parents a text, told them how happy I was, how thankful I was. Yeah, but that was interesting to have that in class. Yeah.
All right. And did you ever think that moment would arrive where you get to wear the green and gold? We've seen many basketball teams. Of course, it was a long time. Since we'd had a national team play at FIBA AfroBasket level. Did you ever imagine that this moment would ever arrive for you?
I don't know if I imagined it more as just hoped. Like, yeah. I really, really hoped that would happen. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to play out, if we were actually going to host it. I wasn't sure. I was optimistic, but I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to happen. So once it did happen, it was a sense of relief that, wow, okay, all the work that I've been putting in, it has paid off.
All right. And when you were announced as team captain now, what was that feeling for you? Did you feel any kind of like, wow, this is big, there's a lot of pressure?
I did feel a bit of pressure, yeah, because captaining your country is not a small thing. I definitely felt pressure, but it was a lot more excitement than pressure. It was a lot more excitement, a lot more gratitude that my coaches, Flush and Craig, actually had the faith in me, had the belief in me that I could lead this team.
All right. And of course, as a team, you didn't have enough time together. It wasn't the best organized tournament. As a leader now, 18 years old, what do you tell your players how did you rally your players to make sure that, they focus on basketball and not their external stuff?
I feel like the team almost did that by ourselves. I didn't have to do that. Me and the vice captain, Tanika, we didn't have to do that. Everyone just came here to play basketball. So we weren't worried about the other stuff that was going on. Yes, it obviously affected us a bit on the court.
Yeah.
But I mean, we came here for one reason. We just wanted to play. So we kind of just set that aside from the jump. We just, okay, let's not worry about that. We came here to play. Let's go out there, let's have fun, and let's hoop.
All right. And that very first game, I think it was against Zambia, how did it feel? How did that moment, everything, the national anthem being played, what was that moment for all you guys and yourself personally?
The moment of standing there with my team, singing the national anthem, looking at the flag, that's a feeling that you can't explain. It's just an incredible feeling that almost brings you to tears. Just the joy, the pride that you get to represent your country. It's incredible. The game, it was a really good game. I mean, we had 2-3 days before that to train as a team. Most of us hadn't played with each other. We didn't know how, there wasn't really any chemistry because we didn't know how each other played.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to play with each other. So it was more just everyone playing for themselves a bit. So I feel like if we had a bit more time, we definitely would have won that game. So unfortunately, we lost that. but it was very good stepping stones to where we eventually could get.
All right. And obviously, in the end, the results were what they were. You got the one victory in the against Zambia again in the the placing games, yeah, man.
Yeah.
But what was the lesson you took away from that tournament? And what did you see? Where did you? And what did you think about playing with your age mates from around the continent?
That showed me that Africa has a lot of talent. That showed me how good Africa really is. I mean, we got to play against a bunch of different NBA Academy guys in Morocco and Egypt. So that was really interesting to see how much raw talent there is in Africa and how good we can be as a continent if the right funding, if the right systems are in place to help us develop. We can be just as good as Europe, just as good as the US.
And how do you feel like how far behind do you think we are, and how what needs to be done in your opinion, given what you've experienced, for us to catch up to the rest of the continent?
I feel like we actually are like a decent way behind. I mean, we don't have the economic backing that the rest of the world does in regards to sports like basketball, because really in Africa the main sport is it's football.
Yeah.
It's soccer. South Africa as well, rugby, but the rest of the continent is football. So where most of the money is going into that, then basketball is kind of pushed off to the side. It's second, third in some countries. So if we have more funding, we can be incredible. And I mean, basketball in Africa we start relatively late. I mean, in the US they start at 6 years old. Whereas here we'll start. A lot of the time, people will only start playing at 14 when they get to high school.
All right, and just going back to the coaches, just going to the coaches. I mean, like, how did you experience working with a coach like Flo Shingwenya and Coach Craig Gilchrist? I think you've also played for him at St. Charles as well.
Yeah, I mean CG. I was there with him, grade 10. We won St. John's the year after him, and even though he wasn't coaching us at that point, he was still a big part of that win. He came and gave us a much needed pep talk after one of our losses, so he was definitely part of that. And then also won BNL with him, played BNL with him for 2-3 years. So he's a coach that I'm very used to, and he's one of the best coaches I've had. And then Flush is just on a different level. I mean, he's just incredible. There's not much more you can say about Flush. It's just, wow.
All right. And having had that chance to have won the South African vest at international competition, do you maybe somewhere at some point in the future, are you hoping that you get that kind of opportunity again to represent the national team?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, now moved up to seniors. I'm really hoping that the next time there's an opportunity to make it, that I can go there and I can prove that I deserve to be there. So as soon as that opportunity comes around, I'm grabbing it with both hands and I'm not letting go.
All right. And can you just talk about how your basketball IQ improved at the under 18 2 years ago?
So I mean, it definitely showed me that even though you are in a team, like, people can play very well individually, but as a team, that's the only way you're gonna win. Only way you're gonna win is as a team. It showed me that, because previously I was very stuck in the mid-range and playing around the hoop.
Yeah.
That showed me that even though in South Africa I'm like decently tall, anywhere else I'm going to be playing outside. I'm going to be a guard. So that showed me that that side of my game needed to be worked on. And it helped me become a better playmaker, better teammate.
All right. And just going now to your own future with the game, where would you want to see yourself, like, maybe, let's say, 5 years from now with the game?
I mean, in an ideal world, I'd want to play for the Giants. I'd want to play BAL. I want to play in the ball, 100%.
All right, and you had that opportunity to play in in the national championships. This is now KZN Marlins playing in the final against the Giants. You had guys like George Williams, guys like Evans Ganapamo as teammates in that final. What was that experience like for you and competing in that final?
That final was a little bit frustrating, I'll be honest. The rest of the tournament was kind of a bit of the same. It was great to play against people in the Giants. It was great to play against the Giants. It was incredible to play with people like George and like Evans, because that's IQ and knowledge that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, George has played in 27 different countries. Evans has been all over the world as well. So you're never going to get that type of knowledge anywhere else. But then the finals, I mean, the reffing the whole tournament was it was horrendous. In the finals as well, there were so many calls that were from both sides.
Yeah.
There was calls for us and calls against us that just made absolutely no sense. And unfortunately, we thought that two of those calls actually, they made in the last 2 minutes were against us, and we had no idea why. But I mean, the Giants were the team that deserved to win that tournament. They were the better team. They were the better. They were the better form team. Like they had people from. That was a fully South African team. That is a team you'd want to see in ball.
All right, and also you just talked about the USA, and you had spent some time there in Orlando, Florida, Southern Academy Prep, I think.
Southeastern Preparatory Academy.
Okay, yeah. What was that experience like? How did that opportunity also come about?
So that came about through Flush. Flush had a connection in the US, and he had suggested a few names, like me and Inati Masinga. So he helped us get there. That was an amazing experience. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Seeing how good people in the US are compared to us was a shock. We obviously knew that they were better than us, but we didn't actually I don't think we actually grasped how big the skill difference was until we played with them and against them.
All right. And what do you feel like the level of your game was at that time when of course, you've had the AfroBasket experience, and surely there were improvements, but did you feel like maybe you could hold your own while you were there?
At the beginning, it was a little bit tough to hold my own, I'll be honest. But as time went on, I felt I adapted more to their game. Stretched the floor a little bit more, went outside, shot, and I felt like I definitely got better. I definitely got a lot better, and I can play a lot more like one-on-one now, and I can shoot a lot better.
All right. And any kid that would want to follow you in your footsteps, and make that transition across the Atlantic, what advice would you want to give them?
Firstly, there's a lot of companies and organizations that promise you big things and say we can get you there for free. Time they want you to pay 100,000 rand just to get in. A lot of the time, that's really not worth it, and they are sending you there irrespective of if they know if you're good enough or not. The first thing you have to do is be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
If you think you are good enough, if you know you're good enough to hold your own that side, then grab those opportunities. But if in South Africa you're not great in South Africa, realistically that side you're not gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be very tough on your mental. It'll be very tough on your parents who have to send you over there, both emotionally and financially. But if you are that good, and if you know you're that good, go there, grab it with both hands, and actually do well, which is 100% possible. I mean, there's a bunch of my teammates from the SA team that are still over there now. Judah's there, Taniko's still there, Zenzo's there, Inati's there. There's a bunch of them. They went over that side and they did their thing. They did what they needed to do, and they're still there.
All right. And is it a space that you ever see yourself returning to, or are you wanting to maybe just wanting to grow your game here before you decide on your next move?
It's definitely still an option. The door's still open, but for now, I want to focus on what's going on here.
All right. And what's the one big takeaway from the experiences that you've had in basketball?
The biggest thing that I've experienced from playing is the friendships.
Yeah.
There's brothers that I've made that I'll have for life. There's people that I'd never lose contact with. I'd never want to lose contact with. Those friendships are built forever, and I'm so grateful for that.
All right. And when you first picked up a basketball, did you ever picture that, yeah, this is how far basketball can take you?
Not a chance. When I remember, my parents still have a video of me
Yeah.
back in grade 8. No, when I was 12,
Yeah.
in grade 5, playing basketball for the first time. I looked lost.
Yeah.
I looked absolutely clueless. So I'd never thought that this is somewhere that I could be or that I would be back then. Then I just wanted to play because that's what my parents, how they met. That's what they did for a good portion of their life. So I'm like, okay, no, I want to be like my dad. I want to be like my mom. So that's why I picked it up. And thankfully, with their help, I could get to where I am today.
All right. And are they also the biggest inspiration as well for you to have picked up a basketball now that you're
100%. They are the reason that I am where I am today, without a doubt. I mean, even their numbers are the numbers that I wear. My dad played 12. My mom played 14. Sorry, the other way around. My mom played 14. My dad played 12. So it's really cool to see in my closet back home. I have my number 12 SA jersey next to my mom's number 12 SA jersey. It's really cool to see.
All right. And just finally, what is, again, I'm sure I've asked you about this, but your hope for South African basketball, given, the experiences that you've had so far?
I really hope that, firstly, the organization can change. We've seen in the past how it has been, and it seems like it hasn't changed since my mom and dad were in university, where it's been the same thing going on. So I really hope that can change, and we can shift to where the focus is more on the players and on how we can develop the youth, the younger players, the high school players, the primary school players that are starting to play, and then how we can expand to the rest of the world, how we can take our teams and compete at the highest level in Africa, in Europe, in Asia. That's what I hope South African basketball can get to.
All right, Tate, thank you for your time, man. I really appreciate it, and all the best with Tux, and hopefully we get to see you at those BAL levels, the AfroBasket levels. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys there.
All right, cheers.